9 out of 10 people don't get enough of the nutrients that their bodies need. This means you could be walking around with weaker bones, slower thinking, even at risk for a heart attack, and not even know it, especially if you're a senior. But the good news is this: the right supplements can help correct these nutrient deficiencies. So in this video, I'm sharing 7 supplements that can help you keep strong bones, think clearly, strong muscles, and live a longer, more independent life. Most people don't realize how much of their health depends on just a few key building blocks. But missing even one of these for too long can lead to problems that are just hard to undo once you've got that. It's very simple. It was a natural compound that the body already makes, but makes less of it with each passing decade. This thing is involved with how our cells generate energy, especially in organs that need a lot of it, like the heart. Inside of every cell in your whole body, there are structures called mitochondria. They're often described as the powerhouse of the cell, and that's mostly accurate. It's a good analogy. But even a powerhouse can't run without the right fuel and the right spark and the right way to carry that fuel and spark. Several clinical studies have shown this supplement reduces fatigue compared to placebo, and it could have significant effects in reducing cardiovascular risk, even in people with heart failure. There's also evidence that shows it can reduce muscle aches when you're taking statins. But this isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Some people experience mild side effects like nausea, even insomnia, or upset stomach, especially at higher doses or when you first start taking it, or if you take it later in the day. Now, David took this advice seriously. He added the supplement to his morning routine and gave it a fair shot. Interesting, within a few weeks, he noticed he wasn't dragging in the afternoons as much. His walks got a little bit longer. The hill near his house didn't feel like a test anymore. He was getting better. 3 months in, he had built back his full loop, that long one that he used to take before his heart attack. The supplement that we think helped him do that was coenzyme Q10, better known as CoQ10. His body used to make plenty of it, but now it needed a little bit of help. I usually recommend taking 1 to 200 milligrams per day if you've heard about it. It's the kind the body can't make on its own. These fatty acids or fats are found in cell membranes, and they play a role in everything from cardiovascular function to immune response. But what they're best known for is their ability to reduce inflammation, especially the kind you don't feel until it becomes a problem. In particular, those fatty acids help lower triglycerides. Several studies show a clear reduction in triglyceride levels among adults who supplement consistently. There's also evidence that they may help stabilize mood, support memory by promoting healthy brain cell structures, and by reducing neuroinflammation. And yet, pardon, I didn't give you the geek warning. Neuro means brain, and inflammation, you know what that means, so it's inflammation of the brain. For older adults, this kind of support matters. Age-related cognitive decline doesn't usually happen all at once. It's gradual. So having a way to protect brain health while also supporting the heart makes this nutrient uniquely valuable. Margaret stayed consistent. After a few months, her follow-up blood work showed improvement in her triglycerides. She also felt clearer and more focused, or she felt good. She described it as having more room to think. It doesn't feel like a miracle. It just feels better. It feels like I'm balanced. That's what she told me. But like any supplement, it comes with a few cautions. These fatty acids can thin blood slightly, which may increase bleeding risk, especially for people already taking anticoagulants. High doses can also lead to digestive issues like nausea or loose stools. That's why dose and quantity matter, and quality. The supplement we recommended to Margaret was omega-3, especially EPA and DHA, not getting enough. So we decided to supplement. The supplement we recommended is involved in more than 300 enzyme reactions in the body. It helps regulate nerve signals, muscle contractions, heartbeat, and glucose metabolism. But perhaps more important for Janet's case, it also helps regulate melatonin and GABA, G-A-B-A. These are 2 key drivers of healthy sleep and stress management. Several studies show that restoring normal levels can improve sleep quality, can help support healthy blood pressure in people with mild high blood pressure problems. Janet began taking the supplement daily. Within the first 2 weeks, the muscle cramps began to fade. She was still waking up early, but she didn't feel as foggy or depleted anymore. After a month, she told her daughter she finally felt like she was getting real sleep again, more regulated physically and mentally. The supplement that helped Janet was magnesium. While generally safe and well tolerated, magnesium can cause side effects if taken in large doses, especially in forms that are less easily absorbed. These may include diarrhea, nausea, or abdominal discomfort. Most people take between 200 and 400 milligrams per day, often in the evening, due to its calming effect. Certain forms like magnesium glycinate or citrate are better absorbed and gentler on the stomach compared to cheaper forms like magnesium oxide. So as usual, and as is often the case especially with supplements, you get what you pay for. Now, for people looking to support cognitive function, magnesium threonate is worth considering. It's a lack of muscle or weak muscles. When we first talked to Bob about this plan to improve this, he wasn't really surprised. He had heard of resistance training and protein intake and high-intensity interval training, so he was ready. He was already beginning to think about it. But he didn't expect the next recommendation. A supplement. A specific supplement that is best known for supporting muscle growth in athletes. But research has shown it can keep older adults strong, help them retain their strength, maintain independence, and even support cognitive function. This compound is stored in your muscles, and it's used during short bursts of activity. It's also used during long, slow activity too. It helps recycle energy so your muscles can contract and recover more efficiently. Again, back to the geeks and nerds, that ATP, when it drops off a phosphorus group, guess where it's dropping it off? To this supplement. In younger people, the body produces enough on its own for routine living, but with age, these reserves begin to shrink. Multiple clinical trials have shown that supplementing with this compound helps improve muscle mass and strength in older adults, even in those who don't engage in heavy exercise. But using this supplement and heavy exercise is a great combination. It has been associated with better balance, lower risk of falls, and improved performance in daily activities, like climbing stairs or even getting up from a chair. There's also promising research connecting it to brain health. It plays a role in cellular energy in the brain and may help support memory, focus, and processing speed, especially under physical or cognitive stress. Bob started taking the supplement, a step in the right direction. We're talking about cinnamon, specifically Ceylon cinnamon, and not the more common cassia variety. Ceylon has much lower levels of a compound called coumarin, not coumadin, coumarin. Coumarin can be harmful in high doses over time, so you don't want that. So that's why you want the Ceylon cinnamon. That's why source and quality matter here more than most people realize. While cinnamon is generally safe, it can lower blood sugar more than expected if combined with diabetes medications. So anyone already on treatment should be careful. Yeah, anytime you add berberine or cinnamon or anything else that can impact blood sugar and you're already taking metformin, just be careful when you start taking it. It can also cause mild digestive upset in some people, especially if taken in high doses or on an empty stomach. Most people take between 500 and 1,000 milligrams per day, a half a gram to a gram, and a standardized extract, not the spice that comes out of the spice cabinet. It's often divided with meals. The powdered form used in cooking isn't concentrated enough to have it. Now that you know the 7 supplements I recommend, especially for seniors, there's something else to think about. It's just as important. In fact, in some ways more important. That's knowing which supplements to avoid. Take a look at the worst supplements most seniors think are healthy. Click this link.